The Hunger Games, a gruesome event where 24 combatants compete in a last man standing battle royale, a fight to the death, where there's only one victor. What if the characters from Avatar: The Last Airbender were to compete in the Hunger Games? Who would win? That's what we're going to find out today. But before that, if you're new to the channel or you're a returning person that just has decided not to subscribe for some reason, do that for me real quick. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a like on this video. I'd really appreciate that. Without further ado, we're going to figure out who would win the Avatar: The Last Airbender Hunger Games. So we're using Brant Steel Hunger Games Simulator. As you see here, we've got all kinds of contestants already put into this thing. We've got Aang, Katara, Iroh, Sokka, Toph, Zuko, Azula, June, King Boomy, Suki, Ozai, Sparky Boom Man, Admiral Zhao, Jet, Princess Yue, Piandao, Zhang, Paku, Wan Shi Tong, Haru, the Boulder, Hakoda, Mei, and Ty Lee. So, some good combatants. We're going to run this simulation and just kind of see what happens. See who comes out on top. I've done this simulation before with some of my friends. We've put in random characters, and it's always interesting to see what kind of scenarios this simulator cooks up, and it's always fun to see who wins. So I thought it'd be interesting to do with the Avatar cast. So as the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Piandao finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Sparky Boom Man severely injures Paku and leaves him to die. Zhang finds a canteen full of water. Ty Lee and Ozai fight for a bag, and Ozai gives up and retreats. Azula runs away from the cornucopia. Suki grabs a backpack and retreats. Sokka repeatedly stabs Hakoda to death with sighs. Sokka's killing his dad. Alright. Let's keep going. June, Iroh, and Toph work together to get as many supplies as possible. Haru finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. The Boulder clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Aang gathers as much food as he can. Mei stays at the cornucopia for resources. Zuko kills Princess Yue for her supplies. Wan Shi Tong attacks Katara, but Jet protects her, killing Wan Shi Tong. All right, we got some storylines developing right now. Aang is not gonna like Katara and Jet working together, but hey, there can only be one winner. Let's see what happens. King Boomy grabs a shield leaning against the cornucopia, and Admiral Zhao runs away from the cornucopia. Day 1. Toph injures herself. Ty Lee sprains her ankle while running away from Sparky Boom Man. I would run away from him too, to be fair. Zuko thinks about home. Classic. Zuko so far is living up to my expectations. Admiral Zhao tries to spear fish with a trident. Piandao practices his archery. Zhang defeats Aang in a fight, but spares his life. The Avatar lives to see another day. King Boomy explores the arena. Haru runs away from Sokka. Jet and Iroh work together for the day. Azula tries to sleep through the entire day. The Boulder, Mei, Suki, and Katara hunt for other tributes. Ozai throws a knife into June's head. Brutal. The end of the first day, 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Paku, Hakoda, Princess Yue, Wan Shi Tong, and June have all perished. Night 1, Ozai climbs a tree to rest. Toph fends Zhang, Ty Lee, and Sparky Boom Man away from her fire. Awesome. Aang receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. The Boulder begs for Suki to kill him. She refuses, keeping the Boulder alive. Piandao receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Iroh fends Azula, King Boomy, and Zuko away from his fire. Katara and Mei talk about the tribute still alive. Haru destroys Jet's supplies while he's asleep. Haru's after Katara's love, too. He's jealous. Admiral Zhao and Sokka run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Let's move on to day 2. Katara diverts Haru's attention and runs away. Mai, Zhang, Admiral Zhao, and Azula hunt for other tributes. Jet explores the arena. Iroh discovers a cave. Ozai camouflages himself in the bushes. Suki receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. The boulder sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Ty Lee tries to spearfish with a trident. Sokka goes hunting. Piandao constructs a shack. Toph receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. That's dangerous. Sparky Boom Man receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Zuko and Aang track down and kill King Boomy. Oh man, the dynamic duo teaming up, but Aang killing his old friend. Brutal. Boomy is the only death for day 2. Night 2. Ty Lee tends to Jet's wounds. Katara cooks her food before putting her fire out. Azula, Sparky Boom Man, and Iroh cheerfully sing songs together. Ozai and Zhang run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Piandao looks at the night sky. Mai receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Suki and Haru run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Sokka bangs... No, wait, Sokka begs for Aang to kill him. He reluctantly obliges, killing Sokka. So our first member of Team Avatar has died to another member of Team Avatar. And it's Aang, of all people, killing Sokka. Brutal. The Boulder and Zuko run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Admiral Zhao tends to his wounds. Toph accidentally steps on a landmine. Doesn't track. Yes, she's blind, but she can sense it in the earth, right? Day 3. Jet, Ty Lee, Iroh, and Zhang raid Aang's camp while he is hunting. Azula sprains her ankle while running away from the boulder. Suki receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Mai tries to spearfish with a trident. Piandao overpowers Sparky Boom Man, killing him. Admiral Zhao, Katara, Zuko, and Haru, and Ozai hunt for other tributes. Big alliance right there. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Sokka, Toph, and Sparky Boom Man. Admiral Zhao tends to Iroh's wounds. That's nice. Haru tries to treat his infection. Zuko thinks about winning. Mai, Ty Lee, Jet, and Zhang sleep in shifts. Katara screams for help. Aang and the Boulder talk about the tributes still alive. Piandao ambushes Ozai and kills him. Truce didn't last. Dang, alright, Ozai's gone. Suki and Azula tell stories about themselves to each other. Unlikely duo, but I like it. Day 4, Jet discovers a cave. Haru discovers a river. Zhang fishes. Ty Lee tries to sleep through the entire day. Suki defeats the Boulder in a fight, but spares his life. Mai sprains her ankle while running away from Iroh. Zuko overhears Piandao and Azula talking in the distance. Admiral Zhao receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Katara defeats Aang in a fight, but spares his life. Aang keeps losing fights, but then getting spared. What's going on? Alright. Okay, we got an arena event. Some things are going to happen here. The remaining tributes begin to hallucinate. Aang drowns Ty Lee, who he thought was a shark trying to eat him. Iroh drowns Piandao, who he thought was a shark trying to eat him. Azula survives. Straight up survives. Suki mistakes Zuko for a bear and kills him. Mai hugs a trackerjacker nest, believing it to be a pillow. Katara eats a scorpion, thinking it's a delicate dessert. The Boulder survives. Zhang mistakes Jet for a bear and kills him. Haru mistakes Admiral Zhao for a bear and kills him. I don't want Haru to win. Something about Haru. I don't want Haru to win. 8 cannon shots are heard in the distance. Ozai, Ty Lee, Piandao, Zuko, Mei, Katara, Jet, and Admiral Zhao. Night 4. Haru severely injures Suki, but puts her out of her misery. Iroh receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Aang kills the boulder with his own weapon. Zhang Zhang and Azula talk about the tribute still alive. Aang and Iroh are still in this, so now that the boulder's gone, I'm pulling for Aang or Iroh. Also, Dark Horse. Zhang Zhang would be really cool, and it would make sense for Azula to win, I feel like. I don't want Haru to win. Please, game, I don't want Haru to win. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Aang stuffs a bundle of dry clothes into a backpack before spreading away. Haru destroys Azula's memoirs out of spite. That's a dangerous game you're playing, Haru. Iroh decides not to go to the feast. Zhang Zhang decides not to go to the feast. Day 5. Azula and Haru hunt for other tributes. I guess she doesn't know what he did yet. Iroh discovers a river. Zhang Zhang dies from hunger. Aang dies from an infection. Brutal. Aang is gone. 4 cannon shots are heard in the distance. Suki, the boulder, Zhang Zhang, and Aang. Azula tends to her wounds. Iroh receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Haru receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. We're down to 3, folks. Iroh begs for Haru to kill him. He refuses, keeping Iroh alive. Okay. Azula accidentally steps on a landmine. It's going to come down to Iroh versus Haru. 1 cannon shot is heard in the distance. Azula's dead. Iroh versus Haru. How's it going to play out? Iroh convinces Haru to not kill him, only to kill him instead. Uncle Iroh is the winner of the Hunger Games. Let's go, dude. Let's go. All right. Well, that was fun. That is our Hunger Games for the Avatar: The Last Airbender. Let's see some stats here. Iroh won with 2 kills. Haru came in second with 2 kills. Aang had 4 kills in 4th place. I think he had the most kills of anybody. Some other notable. Piandao had 2 kills. And Sokka had 1. Zuko had 2. All right. Really good Hunger Games. Oh, that is oh no, this is the summary of the whole thing. But all right, guys. Well, thank you for watching this video. It's a really different kind of video, but I thought it was a lot of fun. If you want me to do this with any other kind of universes or characters, let me know. But for now, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.